Hi dear traders, I'm Maria Stardup and this is the review of crypto analytics from FxCo. It's the 3rd of January today, Tuesday, and in our today's review, exchange whale ratio indicator gives a bullish hint. Global economy is approaching to recession and what impact it will have on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And meanwhile, technical indicators on Bitcoin chart show an upward movement. Let's start. We will start with an article by Ekaterina Kiselova and let's say the fundamental background. So, Bitcoin started the year with slightly higher volatility without changing technical benchmarks. So far, quotes have failed to rise above $17,000. And here Ekaterina gives the so-called exchange whale ratio, which this indicator, this is an indicator that measures the ratio between the sum of the top 10 Bitcoin transactions on exchanges and the total exchange inflow. Thus, the high values means the whales are making up a high part of the influence right now, and low values of the ratio imply whales aren't making a contribution to the inflows currently, and this can be a good sign for Bitcoin. So now this indicator indicates that whales have been reducing their selling pressure lately, and interestingly, similar pattern was observed between late 2018 and early 2019. In that cycle's bear market, this trend in the whale ratio trend coincided with the price bottoming out. So, if the same trend follows this time as well, we can expect a bullish trend. But meanwhile, global recession is approaching. And in an interview with IMF Managing Director this year, there is Christina Georgieva. There is an expectation that 1/3 of the global economy will be in recession. She stressed that the global economy will face a difficult year with conditions tougher than in previous one, and this will be caused by a slowdown in growth and in the world's three largest economies, the US, Eurozone and China. But in her opinion, the US could avoid a recession, but the European economy has already slowed. And China also is having a tough year because of huge number of positive COVID cases. So what impact will all this have on Bitcoin and the digital asset market? The cryptocurrency market will face the consequences of the global economic slowdown, of course. The recession will force investors to look for other options to invest in. Nevertheless, it is possible that some investors still may see investing in Bitcoin as a hedge against a global recession. Okay, and now let's move on to technical picture, another article by Artem Petrenko. And so the article was written yesterday, and here Artem writes that during the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has increased by 0.64% and reached the point 16,700. However, we haven't seen the New Year's rally still. But despite pessimistic forecasts triggered by the global economic downturn, Bitcoin still has a chance to resume growth. According to the history of Bitcoin prices, the asset closes 1 year with a decline and the next 3 years with growth. And most likely, Bitcoin may start the first stage of the upward movement in this year. However, it is unlikely to happen in the first or second quarter of this year, as the market is rather pessimistic. Apparently, it will take some time for trading activity to recover. Meanwhile, it is important to understand that investors will have to adjust to the consequences of key rate hike. So we should not expect significant changes until spring 2023. As for a correlation of Bitcoin with S&P, the S&P index soared and Bitcoin finally followed suit. However, this cannot be called a New Year's rally. Investors understand the consequences of the key rate hike and are withdrawing funds from high-risk assets in advance. As we all know, the world's leading banks reported that S&P will decline this year, and as it is correlated with the Bitcoin, we may expect the same from Bitcoin, also decline. On January 2nd, 2023, Bitcoin issuance is 92% complete, with 19,245 million Bitcoins out of 21 million mined. Demand for Bitcoin will begin to grow as the current period of consolidation and accumulation ends. Under such conditions, the price of the asset may continue to rise and the cryptocurrency could become a means of capital preservation. However, it will take months. If we look at the chart, what can we see? Bitcoin reached the point 16,700. This has excited investors and triggered a burst of trading activity. Technical indicators hint at an uptrend. The stochastic has formed a bullish crossover and is moving upwards, while the RSI confirms growing buying activity. So as a conclusion, Artem writes, after a period of calm trading during the New Year holidays, trading activity in the crypto market starts to grow. Most likely, the Bitcoin price will continue to consolidate this week. At the same time, the asset may reach 16,900. If it rises to this mark, 16,900, the next target will be located at 17,400. If the price fails to settle above this very mark, it may test 16,400 again. In the current week, we should not expect sharp price movements from Bitcoin because the consolidation period is not over. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart for the moment. So it's the 3rd of January today, and as we can see, yesterday the price was nearly about 16,700. And then it slightly declined. It opened today at the point 16,679, and now at the moment of the publication, it is trading at 16,729. Well, so far it looks like the second scenario. It didn't manage to rise to 16,900. Probably it is moving towards 16,400, but well, everything can change. We will see. This is all for today. As usual, I wish you profitable trading and fantastic day, and we will see each other in our next review. See you soon. Goodbye.